Most relationships don't fail loudly. They fail quietly. They start dying the moment you begin ignoring the signs, the moment you tell yourself it's nothing, the moment you convince yourself things will get better. But the truth? There are signs. Clear signs, heavy signs, signs that tell you this relationship is not going to last, no matter how much you want it to. Today, I'm going to give you 8 powerful signs that your relationship will not last with a woman. Not to scare you, but to protect you from wasting your life on something that was never built to survive. But before we continue, just do one thing for me. Like this video and hit the subscribe button so this message reaches more men who are silently going through this. Let's begin. 1. Your relationship is only romance, nothing in common. This one is dangerous because it feels good in the beginning. Everything is passion, chemistry, kisses, excitement, dopamine. You feel alive. She feels present. Everything feels perfect. But when the romance fades, and it always fades, you suddenly realize there is no foundation underneath. You don't share the same values. You don't think the same way. You don't want the same future. You don't even live life with the same principles. You're running on emotion, not compatibility. And romance built without compatibility doesn't grow. It collapses. It turns into arguments, misunderstandings, confusion, distance, and emotional exhaustion. Most men confuse attraction with alignment, but attraction is temporary. Alignment is what makes a relationship last. But here's where most men fail. They think chemistry is enough to keep a woman. They believe feeling good together today means you'll survive tomorrow. Brother? No. And that's why the next point matters even more. 2. You spend too much time together. It starts cute. You talk every day. You meet constantly. You sleep together, eat together, move together. But slowly, without realizing it, you lose the space that makes love feel meaningful. You stop focusing on your goals. You abandon your routine. You stop spending time alone. You stop being the man she was attracted to, the man with a life. Instead, you become a man who is always available, always there, always present, always predictable. Attraction dies in predictability. It grows in space, in distance, in individuality. When you spend too much time together, she no longer misses you. She no longer wonders about you. She no longer feels excited around you. You become the background of her life. And the worst part, you won't even realize you're losing her until the relationship feels suffocating, empty, and heavy. And that's why the next point is even more dangerous. Because this one destroys your respect. And once respect is gone, everything is gone. 3. If you are being controlled by her. This is the silent prison many men walk into with a smile. Women don't always control you with force. Sometimes they control you with guilt, with manipulation, with emotional pressure, with the fear of losing them. She decides who you talk to. She controls how you dress. She comments on your friends. She monitors your phone. She gets angry when you choose yourself. At first, it seems like care. But later, it becomes domination. A man who bends too much breaks. And a woman who controls a man stops respecting him. Because respect is built when you have boundaries, when you stand firm, when you make decisions, when you have a life outside of her emotions. When she controls you, you stop being a partner. You become an object she is managing. And objects don't get loved. They get used, tolerated, and eventually replaced. But here's where most men fail. They think keeping the peace means sacrificing their own freedom. And that's why point 4 hits even harder. 4. You can't be yourself around them. This is the point that suffocates you slowly. When you feel like you must hide your thoughts, when you must filter your personality, when you must shrink your humor, your dreams, your opinions, when you feel judged for being yourself. That relationship is not love. It's performance. You become a character instead of a man. You start acting in ways that please her, not ways that reflect you. You start fearing her reactions instead of expressing your truth. And do you know what happens when you're not yourself? Two things. You get exhausted. 2. She loses interest because the real you is gone. You cannot build a future with someone when you're not allowed to show your full identity. Relationships end when authenticity ends. And when a man cannot breathe, it's only a matter of time before he walks away or stays and slowly destroys himself. 5. You find it so difficult to reach her. Let me tell you the truth most men don't want to accept. A woman who values you will never make communication feel like a punishment. If calling her feels like a gamble, if texting her feels like a waiting game, if every conversation feels like you're disturbing her instead of connecting with her, brother, you're not in a relationship. You're in a cycle of emotional starvation. A woman who is emotionally present will reach back. She will call you first sometimes. She will check on you. She will show effort. But when communication becomes a maze, when she always has excuses, when she disappears for hours or days without explanation, when you always feel like you're catching her at the wrong time, it's not because she's busy. It's because you're not a priority. And communication is the bloodstream of a relationship. When it becomes blocked, the connection becomes weak, distant, and hopeless. And that's why the next point matters even more. Because once communication fails, trust follows quickly behind. 6. You don't trust each other. Trust isn't something you build once, it's something you maintain every day. And when a relationship starts feeling unstable, confusing, unpredictable, trust becomes the first casualty. You start wondering, where is she? Why did she hide that? Why does her story keep changing? Why do I feel like something is off? And she starts questioning you too. Not because of what you did, but because the relationship has entered a stage where nothing feels safe anymore. When trust is gone, every message looks suspicious, every outing looks dangerous, every silence feels threatening. You stop feeling like partners. You start feeling like enemies trying not to get hurt. And when you reach that stage, love can no longer breathe. But here's what most men don't realize. The next 2 points have nothing to do with her. They expose you. 7. You are only giving the relationship a try, but deep down, you don't love her. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths a man must face. Sometimes, you're not with her because you truly chose her. You're with her because she was available, because she showed interest, because you were lonely, or because you hoped that one day your emotions would catch up. But feelings don't grow out of pressure. They grow out of truth. If your heart didn't choose her naturally, your heart will eventually reject the relationship emotionally. You will start feeling irritated for no reason. You will feel drained instead of excited. You will feel disconnected during conversations. You will feel like you are forcing something that refuses to fit. And the heartbreaking part? She will feel it too. A woman always knows when she is being loved halfway. Relationships built on emotional imbalance don't survive. They simply prolong the pain until someone finally admits the truth. And that's why the next point hits even deeper. Because this time, it's not about trying. It's about the future. 8. You don't truly see a future with her. You're just hoping your feelings will change. There's a difference between "I love her now" and "I want to build a life with her." And most men confuse the two. If imagining the future with her gives you anxiety instead of peace, if planning long-term feels heavy instead of exciting, if you have to force yourself to stay hopeful, then the relationship is already running on emotional credit. When your heart is not aligned with the future, your actions will always expose your truth. You stop planning, you stop investing, you stop dreaming together, you start detaching silently. And she will sense the distance. Women always do. A relationship cannot last when the future feels uncertain, forced, or uncomfortable. It will eventually collapse under the weight of unspoken doubts. Brother, all these signs do not guarantee your relationship will fail. Life is not that simple, and humans are not that predictable. These signs are not here to make you panic or to push you into making rushed decisions. They are here to make you aware, so you don't ignore the things that quietly destroy men from the inside. If you see yourself in some of these signs, don't run. Don't react emotionally. Don't break something out of fear. Instead, pause, reflect, communicate honestly. Look at the truth without judgment. Awareness isn't meant to end your relationship. It's meant to protect your peace, your time, and your future. Be mature. Be calm.